I'll be reading from this book right here while you're watching Mother Nature and possibly my dog. Hold on. Chapter 77. And the first quarter is called the East, because it is the first, and the second, the South, because the Most High will descend there. Yes, there in quite a special sense will he who is blessed forever descend. Let's start over. And the first quarter is called the East, because it is the first, and the second the South, because the Most High will descend there. Yes, there is quite a special sense. Will he who is blessed forever descend? And the west quarter is named the diminished, because all the luminaries of the heavens wane and go down there. And the fourth quarter, named the north, is divided into three parts. The first of them is for the dwelling of men, and the second contains seas of water, and the abysses, and forests, and rivers, and darkness, and clouds. And the third part contains the garden of righteousness. I saw 7 high mountains, higher than all the mountains which are on the earth. And there comes out hoarfrost, and days, seasons, and years pass away. I saw 7 rivers on the earth, larger than all the rivers. One of them, coming from the west, pours its waters into the great sea. And these two come from the north to the sea, and pour their waters into the Erythraean Sea, Erythraean, in the east. And the remaining 4 come out on the side of the north to their own sea, 2 of them to the Erythraean, is that right? Sea, and 2 into the great sea, and discharge themselves there, or into the desert. I saw 7 great islands in the sea and in the mainland, 2 in the mainland and 5 in the great sea. Chapter 78. And the names of the sun are the following. The first, Orjares, Orjares, and the second, Thomas, Tomas, Tomas, And the moon has 4 names. The first name is Asandra, the second, Ebla, the third, Benassi, and the fourth, Ere. These are the 2 great luminaries. Their circumference is like the circumference of heaven, and the size of the circumference of both is alike. In the circumference of the sun, there are 7 portions of light, which are added to it more than to the moon, and it is transferred in definite measures until the 7th portion of the sun is exalted. And they set and enter the portals of the west, and make their revolution by the north, and come out through the eastern portals on the face of the heavens. And when the moon rises, 1/14th part appears in the heavens. On the 14th day she accomplishes her light. And 15 parts of light are transferred to her until the 15th day, when her light is accomplished, according to the sign of the year, and she becomes 15 parts. And the moon grows by 14 parts, and in her waning the moon decreases on the first day to 14 parts of her light, on the second to 13 parts of light, on the third to 12, on the fourth to 11, on the fifth to 10, on the sixth to 9, on the seventh to 8, on the eighth to 7, on the ninth to 6, on the 10th to 5, on the 11th to 4, on the 12th to 3, on the 13th to 2, on the 14th to 2, to the half of the 7th, and on her remaining light disappears wholly on the 15th. And in certain months, the month has 29 days and once 28. And Uriel showed me another law regarding when light is transferred to the moon, and on which side it is transferred to her by the sun during all period during which the moon is growing in her light. She is transferring it to herself when opposite to the sun during 14 days, and when she is illuminated. When she is illuminated throughout, her light is fully accomplished in the heavens. And on the first day she is called the new moon, for on that day the light rises on her. She becomes a full moon exactly on the day when the sun sets in the west, and from the east she rises at night, and the moon shines the whole night through until the sun rises over against her, and the moon is seen over against the sun. Hold on. On the side from where the light of the moon comes out, there again she wanes until all the light vanishes, and all the days of the month are at an end, and her circumference is empty, void of light. And 3 months she makes of 30 days, and at her time she makes 3 months of 29 days each, in which she accomplishes her waning in the first period of time, and in the first portal for 177 days. And in the time of her going out she appears for 3 months of 30 days each. And for 3 months she appears of 29 each. At night she appears like a man for 20 days each time, and by day she appears like the heavens, and there is nothing else in her except her light, the light of day. Huh. The light of day. I don't understand that. Anywho. Chapter 79. And now, my son, I have shown you everything, and the law of all the stars of heaven is completed. And he showed me all the laws of these for every day, and for every season of bearing rule, and for every year, and he showed me all the laws of these for every day, and for every season of bearing rule, and for every year, and for its going out, and for the order prescribed to it every month and every week, and the waning of the moon, which takes place in the sixth portal. For in this sixth portal her light is accomplished, and After that there is the beginning of the waning, and the waning which takes place in the first portal in its season until 177 days are accomplished, reckoned according to weeks, 25 weeks and 2 days. She falls behind the sun and the order of the stars exactly 5 days in the course of one period, and when this place which you see has been traversed, such is the picture and sketch of every luminary which the chief messenger Uriel, who was their leader, showed to me. Chapter 80. And in those days the messenger Uriel answered and said to me, Behold, I have shown you everything, Enoch, and I have revealed everything to you that you should see this sun and this moon, and the leaders of the stars of the heavens, and all those who turn them, their tasks and times and departures. And in the days of the sinners the years will be shortened, and their seed will be late on their lands and fields, and all things on earth will alter and will not appear in their time, and the rain will be kept back, and the heavens will withhold it. And in those times the fruits of the earth will be backward, and will not grow in their time, and the fruits of the trees will be withheld in their time, and the moon will alter her order and not appear at her time. And in those days the sun will be seen, and he will journey in the evening on the extremity of the great chariot in the west, and will shine more brightly than accords with the order of light. And many chiefs of the stars will transgress the order prescribed, and these will alter their orbits and tasks, and not appear at the seasons prescribed to them. And the whole order of the stars will be concealed from the sinners, and the thoughts of those on earth will err concerning them, and they will be altered from all their ways. Yes, they will err and take them to be gods, and evil will be multiplied on them, and punishment will come on them so as to destroy all. Chapter 81. And he said to me, Enoch, observe these heavenly tablets, and read what is written thereon, and mark every individual fact. And as I observed the heavenly tablets, and read everything which was written thereon, and understood everything, and held the scroll of all the deeds of mankind, and of all the children of flesh that will be on the earth to the most remote generations. And thereon I bless the great Lord, the King of glory, forever, in that he has made all the works of the world. And I extolled the Lord because of his patience, and blessed him because of the children of men. And after I said, Blessed is the man who dies in righteousness and goodness, concerning whom there is no scroll of unrighteousness written, and against whom no day of judgment will be found. And those 7 holy ones brought me and placed me on the earth before the door of my house, and said to me, Declare everything to your son Methuselah, and show to all your children that no flesh is righteous in the sight of the Lord, for he is their creator. 1 year we will leave you with your son until you give your last commands, that you may teach your children and record it for them, and testify to all your children. And in the 2nd year they will take you from their midst. Let your heart be strong, For the good will announce righteousness to the good, the righteous will rejoice with the righteous, and will offer congratulations to one another. But the sinners will die with the sinners, and the apostate goes down with the apostate, and those who practice righteousness will die on account of the deeds of men, and be taken away on the account of the doings of the godless. And in those days they ceased to speak to me, and I came to my people, blessing the Lord of the world. Chapter 82. And now, my son Methuselah, all these things I am recording to you and writing down for you, and I have revealed everything to you and given you scrolls concerning all these. So preserve my son Methuselah, the scrolls from your father's hand, and see that you deliver them to the generations of the world. I have given wisdom to you and to your children, and your children that will be you to you, that they may give it to their children for generations, this wisdom that surpasses their thought. And those who understand it will not sleep, but will listen with the ear, that they may learn this wisdom. And it will please those that eat thereof better than good food. Blessed are all the righteous, blessed are all those who walk in the way of the righteousness, and do not sin as the sinners in the reckoning of all their days, in which the sun traverses the heavens, entering into and departing from the portals for 30 days, with the heads of thousands of the order of the stars, together with the four which are intercalated, which divide the four portions of the year, which lead them and enter with them 4 days. Owing to them, men will be at fault and not reckon them in the whole reckoning of the year. Yes, men will be at fault and not recognize them accurately, for they belong to the reckoning of the year, and are truly recorded thereon forever, one in the first portal, and one in the third, and one in the fourth, and one in the sixth, and the year is completed in 364 days. And the account thereof is accurate, and the recorded reckoning thereof exact. For the luminaries, and months, and festivals, and years, and days, Uriel has shown and revealed to me, to whom the Lord of the whole creation of the world has subjected the host of heaven. And he has power over night and day in the heavens, to cause the light to give light to men, sun, moon, and stars, and all the powers of the heavens which revolve in their circular chariots. And these are the orders of the stars, which are set in their places, and in their seasons, and festivals, and months. And these are the names of those who lead them, who watch that they enter at their times, in their orders, in their seasons, in their months, in their periods of dominion, and in their positions. There are 4 leaders who divide the 4 parts of the year, enter first, and after them the 12 leaders of the orders who divide the months. And for 360 days, there are heads over thousands who divide the days. And for the 4 intercalary days, there are the leaders which split the 4 parts of the year. And these heads over thousands are intercalated between leader and leader, each behind a station. But their leaders make the division. And these are the names of the leaders who divide the 4 parts of the year which are ordained. Milki, Milkael, Melech, and Meljal, and Morel. Side note here, I do not understand these names. How do we go from Adam and Eve to names like this? I mean, what happened to go from Adam to Eve to names like this? I mean, Jesus' mama was named Mary. Mary now. How do we... I don't know. Alright, I'm done with that little side note rant. Anywho. And the names of those who led them. Adnarael and Ajasusael and Elamiel. These 3 follow the leaders of the orders, and there is one that follows the 3 leaders of orders which follow the leaders of stations that divide the 4 parts of the year. In the beginning of the year, Melchijal rises first and rules, who is named Tamani, and son, S-U-N, in all the days of his dominion, while he bears rule, are 91 days. And these are the signs of the days which are to be seen on earth in the days of his dominion: sweat and heat and stillness. And all the trees bear fruit, and leaves are produced on all the trees, and the harvest of wheat, and the rose flowers, and all the flowers which come out in the field. But the trees of the winter season become withered. And these are the names of the leaders which are under them: Berkael, Zelaelbs, and another who is added, a head of 1,000, called Hilah Jaseph. And the days of the dominion of this leader are added in. The next leader after him is Helamlech, who one names the shining sun. And all the days of his life are 91 days. And these are the signs of his days on earth: glowing heat and dryness. And the trees ripen their fruits, and produce all their fruits ripe and ready. And the sheep pair and become pregnant, and all the fruits of the earth are gathered in, as well as everything that is in the fields and the winepress. These things take place in the days of his dominion. These are the names and the orders and the leaders of those heads of thousands: Gadajal, Kiel, and Heel, and the name of the head of the 1,000 which is added to them. Asphael, and the days of his dominion are at an end. And we're going to stop right there for this session. Thank you so much for listening.